Hello guys, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Waqar and today we will discuss about action research and what basically research is all about. Now let's start with our first slide. What is research? It's a fact which is observed again and again in different dimensions and different areas and different perspectives. Research is a systematic attempt to obtain answers to meaningful questions about phenomena or events that occurred. It's an application of scientific method in study of a problem. It is careful and detailed study into a specific problem, concern, or issue using the scientific method. Basically, it involves objectives, impartial, empirical, and logical analysis and recordings of controlled observations that may lead to development of principles, theories, generalizations, etc. It is a sport research in which different projects are carried out in a single classroom by a single teacher or by all teachers in a school or even a school district. It aims at studying the problems scientifically in order to guide, correct, and evaluate educational practice. It mainly focuses on the immediate application and not on the development of theory nor upon general application. Now let's see the meaning of research. As you can see, R stands for rational way of thinking. E is used as an expert and exhaustive treatment. S as for search for solutions. E for exactness. A for analytical analysis of adequate data. R for relationship of facts. C for careful recording, critical observation, constructive attitude, and H for honesty and hard work in all aspects of the treatment of data. These all aspects These all objectives combine to make a research more purposeful. Now, what is action research? Action research is a process in which participants examine their own educational practice systematically and carefully using the techniques of research. Action research is a process of systematic reflection, inquiry, and action that are carried out by individuals about their own practice. Action research is a term that is used to describe professionals studying their own practice in order to improve it. It can also be described as a family of research methodologies which pursue action or change and research or understanding at the same time. It is mainly focused on the immediate application, not on the development of theory, but nor upon general application. Action research is a process by which practitioners attempt to study their problems scientifically in order to guide, correct, and evaluate their decisions and actions in called action research. Now we will see what is action research according to some researchers. According to Watts, it is a process in which participants examine their own educational practice systematically and carefully using the techniques of research. Another researcher, Sarah Blackwell, said, Research concerned with school problems carried on by school personnel to improve school practice is action research. Now we will see what are the actions that are involved to complete a action research. Number one, we have identification of the problem. After that, collection of data. Then comes analysis of data. After analysis of data, we will then act on the evidence provided by the data. And last, we will evaluate the results. First step in identifying a research. First step in action research is identifying a problem area. There are several criteria to consider before investing the time and effort in researching a problem. The question should be that it should be a higher order question, not a yes or no question. It should be stated in common language. Jargons must be avoided. It should be concise and meaningful and have already not an answer. In simple, we can say the problem to be studied is identified, what to study, professional experiences. After identifying a problem area, we will then gather the data. The collection of data is an important step in deciding what actions need to be taken. Multiple sources of data are used to better understand the scope of happenings in the classroom or school. There are some vehicles, there are many vehicles or tools, there are many vehicles or techniques for the collection of data. At number 1, we can see interviews, portfolio journals. Number 2, diaries, videotapes, audio tapes. Number 3, photos, memos, case studies. Number 4, surveys, field notes, checklist, questionnaires, logs of meetings. Then individual files, self-assessment, and after that, records, tests, report cards, and attendance. After gathering the data, we will then interpret the data and analyze and identify major themes that are being in it. Depending upon the question, researchers may wish to use classroom data, individual data, or subgroup data. Some of the data are quantifiable and can be analyzed without the use of statistics or technical assistance. The data which is being gathered can be analyzed by the researcher or the help of other educators, or data analysis can be sought. We can then present that data to important stakeholders, establishing a pilot program, implementing an ongoing research agenda to explore new practices in it. After analyzing and identifying the data, we will then act upon that evidence. Using the information from the data collection and review of current literature, we will design a plan of action that will allow us to make a change and to study that change. It is important that only one variable be altered. We will then monitor the impact of the proposed solution. The last step is evaluating the results. In this step, we will assess the effects of the intervention to determine if improvement has occurred or not. If there is any improvement, do the data clearly provide the supporting evidence? If no, what changes can be made to the actions to elicit better and better results? And we will know what is learned or gained from the implementation of our whole plan. These all steps are to be completed for applying application research. Now we will see what are the benefits of action research are. Number 1, action research basically focuses on school issues, problems, or area of collective interest. It is a form of teacher professional development, help the teachers to acquire new knowledge which can empower them and can make more professional. It has the potential to impact school change, as by doing action research we can find out what are the flaws that we can counter and turn them into more objectful purposes. It reflects on own practices. It improves the communication between all the staff, all the faculties, and to the students so they can interact more easily with each other. It infuses experimental outlook in the teachers who are actually the field workers. It helps the teachers to solve immediately the problem of the classroom. It helps the administrators to solve immediately the problems in the school campus. Action research tries to bridge the gap between the theory and the practice of education. Now we will see what are the limitations of action research. Number 1. It is a research that is dealing with only local problems without concerning with the problems of the outer areas. Its findings may not be generalized and can be scattered in different areas. It may not contribute significantly to the fund of knowledge. It may or may not use standardized tools. Its field is generally a narrow one. That's all from my side. That's all from my side. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.